what's up everyone? My name is Jeff and today we're gonna have some fun playing Magic, and it's here, the thing you've all been waiting for. Strixhaven is finally come to MTG Arena, and I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe because there's gonna be tons of content I'm putting out for the next few weeks and throughout the whole set here, because there's tons of new cards to be playing with and lots of new decks. And so let's dive into this one. Prismari Dragon. So Prismari, the red-blue school of mages, with Galazeth Prismari as the main, the head, or the elder dragon that started it. 4 mana, 3/4 flying. Whenever it enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Artifacts you control have tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast instead of sorcery spells. So there's a couple different ways you can go about using this card. First off, the treasure that you create can also tap immediately to add mana for an opt or something like that. So you can get a little bit of extra value out of this no matter what. So it's a good dragon in general. It works really great with Goldspan Dragon, which creates lots of treasures. Can use them in even more dastardly ways, but having the combo here is really nice. And basically what we want to do is be able to make a bunch of treasures so that we can be activating stuff at instant speed with Brazen Bars, Bone Crusher Giants, Saw It Comings, Prismari Command, all of the good stuff. And of course on the top end, Magma Opus, which also can be discarded for 2 mana to create a treasure token. So that's what we're going to be using it for most of the time. But every once in a while we get a busted 8 mana spell which deals 4 damage divided as we choose among any number of targets. Tap 2 target permanents, create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token, and draw 2 cards. Doing this at instant speed is busted. Like, it's not quite as powerful as some of the other ultimatum cards, but at the same time though, this is instant speed. You have to remember that is actually really busted, especially when we have a bunch of ways to cast it for a little bit earlier or cheaper, I guess you could say. We got a few other cards in here from Strixhaven. Draconic Intervention, 4 mana sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this, the spell, exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. It does X damage to each non-dragon creature, where X is the exiled card's mana value. If a creature is dealt damage this way, die and it exile instead. So we have a one-sided board wipe as long as we have a bunch of dragons on the board, which is why we're playing Prismari Dragons. So we have Galazeth Prismari and Goldspan Dragon, and I did bring in one Gadric just because he loves to have artifacts. It is another way for us to create treasures. If we do have, it is kind of weird actually. It's for each thing that dies. If we use a Draconic Intervention, we actually don't get the treasures with the Gadric. So there's kind of like a non-bow there. That's why it's only a 1 of. We actually are bringing in Bone Crusher Giants and Brazen Bars instead because we do need some better interaction. But at the same time, we do have a bunch of ways to just kind of make sure we are killing creatures here and there with Gadric to be able to make a couple extra treasure tokens. And we also have Prismari Command to also help us get some treasure tokens. So 3 mana instant, choose 2 of these 4 options. It deals 2 damage to any target. You can draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards for the Faithless Looting effect. Target player creates a treasure, so we create treasures, or destroy target artifact. Which that hits a lot of things. The 2 damage, this is probably the biggest issue we're going to be running into with this, is that our board has we only have 2 damage here, 2 damage here, 3 damage sometimes here, and then Draconic Intervention, which can be 3 damage with the Saw It Coming, a Prismari Command in the graveyard, or 8 damage to everything that's non-dragon with a Magma Opus in the graveyard. But we are missing a little bit on just being able to have a consistent, like, we are going to clear the board with this, because I'm not playing the Storm's Wrath, because I'm trying to play out the Draconic Intervention this time as well. That's why we brought in Brazen Bar though. So I played a couple different versions of this. I played one on Untapped yesterday in my early access done my way, because Wizards decided to not do that thing. Anyway, and so Brazen Bar coming into the deck just because we needed something else to be able to kind of manage other bad things that are going to happen, and also Saw It Coming to make sure that we can stop bad things in the late game from happening, and negates. We have 2 copies of Opt to make sure we can hit our stuff in the early game. Shadow Skull Smashing, another just great way that we can actually deal quite a bit of damage in the late game. Royal Scions, also just a really good card here. Giving our stuff, +2 First Strike and Trample can be really nice for us to kind of get through it with a Bone Crusher Giant, with whatever, and also just be able to draw 4 cards later on, or discard and rummage as we're going through. We actually want to put some spells into the graveyard for our Draconic Interventions every once in a while. So that's the deck, guys. As far as the mana base goes, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the Snarls, just to have the conversation here real quick. So Frostboil Snarl, I'm bringing it as a 2 of, and I'm replacing it for Temple of Epiphany. I'm not sure that that's actually the right way to go. So let me talk about the Snarls real quick. Let me get on over here. So actually, let's go ahead and bring it over there. There we go. When it enters the battlefield, you may reveal an island or mountain card from your hand. If you don't, then it enters the battlefield tapped. And so on turn 1, you can play this pretty consistently untapped as a dual land, which is awesome. That's fantastic. It's amazing if you can do that. That means that we have to have one of our 12 lands that do that in our opening hand. Snow-covered island or snow-covered mountain. Those are our cards that do that. You can also bring in triomes to be able to show off an island or land. You can also bring in other stuff. Like if you're going into multiple colors, it might be a little bit better. And the times that you usually play these snarl cards is when you're playing more of an aggro deck that wants to make sure that it has dual colors on turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. And it's okay if it hits a tapped land on turn 4 because they're playing all 1, 2s, and 3 drops for it anyway. Because that's the biggest thing is that Frostboil Snarl, if you top deck it as your 4th or 5th land, most likely you're not going to have another land in hand and you're going to be playing it tapped. And that is just feel bad because at least with the scry land, you at least got a scry out of it. This is just not coming in untapped, you know. At the same time, though, it's kind of like the Botanical Sanctums, the lands where it's like, okay, as long as you don't have too many too many lands on the battlefield that'll come in untapped. I think you play this kind of like that one, where you should be able to have this and an island or a mountain in your hand to be able to reveal it. Anyway, I don't want to overbeat this. Too late. Sounds great. Let's go and jump to the gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck, guys. Here we go. All right, up against a Coalescence and keep this hand. Beautiful. Magma Opus on turn 2, Prismari Command. Like that's probably like the combo that we want to go for all the time. Is we would prefer to have like an Opt or something on turn 1. But otherwise, Magma Opus into Prismari Command, holding up some sort of other 2-drop as well if we absolutely need it, is the dream. Pass turn up against a Yorion deck. Looks like it's going to be Sultai Ultimatum. So right now, I'm noticing that there's I've been playing a few different games and I keep running into rogues, and I'm going to keep one of the games here for you guys, but you guys don't want to watch rogues, so it's probably going to be towards the end of the video. And I'm noticing that everyone's kind of playing the older decks, which is kind of how things go in general. I'm actually going to throw out Real Scions here, I believe, instead of Prismari Command, because I think that getting up to the ultimate here is a potential that can be really great. Let's see if they have a negate. Okay, draw.
Aye, with the knowledge to I will learn what nobody knows.
Do I want a Magma Opus right now or no? Let's get rid of a land. We already have our 3 snow-covered lands. We're gonna have enough treasures to be able to do some fun stuff. Yeah, we're in good shape. Anyway, so I'm going to make sure that I put the best content for you guys. That's what I always try to do, is make sure that I'm giving you the best stuff out there, things you guys are actually interested in. So make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, that stuff. And the new fun stuff is playing up against other Strixhaven decks. So I'm probably not going to be playing in ranked for the next little bit, because I'm guessing there's going to be newer decks not in ranked. All right, taking a peek at our hand. Prismari Command is probably the best card to take away here. Magma Opus just makes us another treasure, but we can also hold a Brazen Bar right there, so it's probably one of our better plays for the next turn. Destroying artifacts doesn't do much of anything to them. We got a negate now, which is actually rather nice. Throw this out on red. I probably should have drawn first. That's a Goldspan Dragon. You know, I know Brazen Bar is not as good in this matchup. Let's just go Goldspan Dragon now. Attack in. Create another treasure. Now we can hold up negate. Pass the turn. Down to 13. Protecting Goldspan Dragon is pretty sweet here, especially because we have the Royal Scions to give it the buff. And then get to the ultimate soon with Royal Scions, which is swell. They haven't ramped it all yet, which probably means it's about time for a Binding of the Old Gods. And we have the negate for that. Yeah. We'll fire that off right away. Slowing him down right now is actually huge for us. Do I want to give it the treasure. Let's see here. Draw and discard.
What is my strategy here?
Man, a treasure would be so nice for the other Goldsman dragon. I could frostbite my own dragon, get a treasure, play the other dragon, swing in for a bunch, but then Extinction Event gets us real good. So we're just going to drop the frostbite. Swing in for 4. Down to 9. We have Goldsman Dragon to play after they have an Extinction Event or something here. Hold up Prismari command, pass the turn. This is the issue with rummaging, is we're going to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. There's very few cards in our deck that are better than Goldsman Dragon for us right now, especially because like Magma Opus would be better, but we don't have the mana for it. All right, we got the win. Sweet. So yeah, we're running up against a bunch of like old standard decks that I'm not wanting to play against. So I'm probably gonna be playing in not ranked right now, just so you guys know. Up against Merkeo, and we are on the draw. We have Royal Scions to discard whatever spell that we can find for Draconic Intervention. We kind of have 2 red sources. If we're up against an aggro deck, this could be really, really good. I want to go ahead and try this hand. Royal Scions on turn 3. So typically my rule is that a 3-drop isn't good enough unless you're playing it on turn. That's another red source actually for us. That's good stuff. Play it out first. Unless you're on the play, then you need to have a 2-drop in hand typically. But when you're holding up a board wipe, that helps a little bit. Okay, Snow Covered Island, pass the turn. Do want to get our snow sources out. Down to 18. They haven't pumped yet, which is nice. Okay, we need a really big spell to discard. That would be great. Throw this out on red. Royal Scions.
I appreciate clean victory.
Draw, discard. Yeah. Yes. All right, so we have the board wipe in hand. The nice thing too is it actually exiles the Old Growth Troll, which means that it's gonna die, and not like it won't come back as a extra forest gets more land stuff because it exiles. Haha, get him. All right, so we're in good shape now. Royal Science probably takes a rather large hit here, but stays alive. Unless they want to spend an extra spell on it, which we'd be fine with. Stay away from my brother. Let's draw first.
No is to triumph.
So Snarls, we actually have the ability to play a Snarl right now. How about that? Let's get rid of the... Let's get rid of Fable Passage actually here. Okay, reveal one of these guys. Draconic Intervention to get rid of a Magma Opus. They exile, it does not come back as a forest. Sweet. They shouldn't have too many hasty things unless it's a questing beast here, which would be annoying. Six mana. Vorinclex, Serpent. Interesting. How do we deal with the Serpent? Prismari Command actually can't kill it because it only hits stuff. Brazen Borrower is our main answer here. So I probably want to be digging for a Brazen Borrower here rather than pumping. At the same time, though, we start winning the race a little bit by doing so.
A quest of mystery.
Frostbites can string together. At the same time, though, we just have a bunch of Goldspan Dragons, right? This means that I'm getting rid of my third Snowland for the Faceless Haven, but I think it's worthwhile right now. All right, attack in. Oh, it has reach. Oops. Not oops. Got him. Oh, boy. I didn't even think about that line, just so you guys know. I probably should have We're good. We're good. Oh, yeah. We got this. All right, scavenging use. Lots of creatures to choose from. Up to 4. Another frostbite. Not enough. Faceless Haven. We're losing real scions. Again, though, I think just having multiple Jewels of Dragons is probably going to be good enough. I don't really want to discard something just yet, so let's just go ahead and pump.
Bravery galvanizes any plan.
Dude, just 3 Gold-Fed Dragons in a row is good stuff. And now we have enough for Magma Opus. As long as we keep the Gold-Fed Dragon alive. Was that just us out of spite? Get rid of a Frostbite there? Great Henge. That's annoying. Prismari Command can deal with that, though. Frostbite does not do enough damage here. They're gaining enough life here, too, that Great Henge... yeah, it's indestructible right now, so I can't Frostbite. Let's see here. What are we looking for?
Frozen to win.
Something good, I guess. Prismari. All right, Gold Sun Dragon number 3. I mean, it's still good. It's still good. We also get to play Galazeth Prismari here as well and hold up Frostbite without even sacrificing a treasure. Yeah, it gains more life. I mean, they've had a pretty sweet hand. They've had the perfect interaction over and over again. All right, Prismari, make a treasure. We're hitting for 7 every turn. They're hitting for 5, but they're gaining 2 life, so it's actually an even board state at the moment. And they have a Great Henge, so not an even board state at the moment. I could try killing this. Blizzard Ball is only at sorcery speed. I could block and Frostbite. And then we have Faceless Haven to also be going off with. Actually, we don't have the other Snowland yet, so... we take it for now. Oh, I knew I should have blocked it. Oops, in. Nice. Oh my gosh. Very nice. Okay. What a hand. What a hand. Wow. We still have top decks that save us here. That's the only reason I'm holding off for a moment. But oh my goodness. That gives us Faceless Haven. No more creatures in the graveyard. All right, pass the turn. We can actually block with Faceless Haven, Frostbite, kill it. All right, well, we get rid of his scavenging use. I'm not sure how much that does for us, but we at least can top deck better than them, potentially. And there it is, my friends. There it is. Unfortunately, we can't actually... should I wait until I have something to damage? We can't draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards right now. I can respond to them casting a creature spell, so let's just pass the turn. They get 2 more extra points of life. Like that's the only thing here, but I'd rather have a bit more Do I even want one more card to be able to filter a little bit better? Yeah, let's do that. All right, Prismari. Pass the turn. That's a lot of life gain. It gives him more time to play stuff. Okay, we keep trying amazing stuff. And we need to draw 2 cards here, so yeah. I gotta make a treasure with Prismari Command, so I actually get to play 2 things here. Is it worthwhile to let them keep gaining life here? I'm really not sure. All right, so in response to this, we Prismari Command, create a treasure, destroy artifact. So we create a treasure, we destroy this. Now we go Magma Opus. Okay, 4 damage. Submit 1 with the damage. Tap 2 permanents. And then we draw 2 cards and create an elemental. It's so good. We're still not out of the weeds yet, but we at least that's good. Yeah, okay. With Sot coming held up, I actually want to put more damage on board now. Dude, Prismari is so awesome with being able to use the treasures here. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, Sot coming. No, no, no. Top deck something amazing. Yeah, yes! Oh, that's so good. They got so far ahead. They had such busted draws. All the Blizzard Brawls there. I think that we played it right, even though like I had a couple risky lines there where it's like I could do this in case they have a Blizzard Brawl or in case they have something. Like I could have traded off with Prismari Dragon earlier, but each time that they played stuff, they got out of range of all of our damage removal, which, as I said, is one of our biggest issues with this deck. So anyway, on to the next one. All right, up against Bergenser, and this is actually a fantastic hand. We have Magma Opus to throw into the graveyard. We have Draconic Intervention for board wipe, Prismari Command to help loot and make treasures, which is what we're wanting to do. So keep this. This is great stuff. We'll throw out, you know what? I'm feeling dastardly. We're gonna throw out Fabled Passage first, just for the fun of it. Even though we could do it anyway. All right, we have our Silver Quill book here. Ooh, looks nice. Ruined Crabs. Oh, I hate people already so much. That's like the most evil thing you can do in a new format is, you know what? You put all of these new cards that you wanted into your hand. Guess what? I'm not going to let you play them. That's rude. I can see like a couple different cards come into this to be useful. Shark Typhoons seem like they'd be pretty decent. All right, so we're already milling over some big spells into our graveyard, which is nice. Keeps one on top. All right, so we're gonna discard a Magna Opus, create a treasure token, good stuff. Play snow-covered island, pass the turn. Just holding up Prismari Command. We actually do want lots of treasures in this deck in general. I want them to play out potentially like another Ruin Crab or something so we can Draconic Intervention, get more value out of it. I'm okay with this getting a few cards milled over. Not those cards though. Jeez. This guy's it's making me angry. Man, he's hit all action. Do you see this? That one land is the one land that we put into the graveyard. Okay, there's a land, kinda. Oh boy. Man. All right, well, let's rummage and make a treasure. Yeah, we are gonna be the ones that do all those things. Yes, yes, yes. All right, Opt and a Frostbite is really nice. We can actually just kill this Ruin Crab that way. Let's get rid of Fable Passage. We don't actually want to be milling ourselves out too much here. And Opt sounds pretty nice right now. I don't want to get rid of a land because I can actually play stuff right now. Man, discarding stuff is hard. I guess it's an Opt. Spend a treasure, kill the Ruin Crab now. We have the ability to spend 2 spells at once and be fine here. So let's go ahead and Frostbite now. I guess I should hold this one up because I can do it in instant speed. If they have a counter spell, we can deal with it. Okay. Do I want to just play out a Bone Crushy dude? Let's pass the turn. I'm assuming this person is a really awful human being and playing rogues. I called it. They did this on this phase. Before we'll go to the end step before we actually decide to kill. Wait. Why did it show that I had everything? It was during my combat step. Did you guys see that? That was really weird. New version. It showed. Oh, it just was showing that it was my turn. Oh, okay, gotcha. My interaction here. I will hold off for just a moment. I'm fine even taking 3 here if it means we can get a big Draconic Intervention or something. We do have to start putting out threats, like ways to actually win this game at some point. Don't really want to lose my Bone Crusher Giant. But I also do want to draw out their counter spells. Let's it go. Intriguing. Into the story. What kind of human being plays rogues on the first day of a new set? You're dead to me, Bergen, sir. All right, come on, let's play. All right, Bone Crushy dude. Throw this out, pass the turn, hold up 2 more cards. They have all the cards in the world. I wouldn't mind that. It'd be nice. Ruin Crab. Unfortunately, we cannot interact to playing lands. We don't have a chance of priority before a land hits the battlefield here, unless they go to combat first. And either way, I don't think I care about it too much. We still have about 40 cards in the deck. I'd rather deal with other worse threats. Wind Robber. Draconic Intervention looks worse now. Although I could just choose like a Frostbite or like something for 2 mana. And at least kill some stuff. Oh man. How much action have they hit here? Like this is ridiculous. We have all lands in our deck now. What? All right, like who's is someone recording this? Like what's going on? This is getting a little bit crazy now. The stuff that's going on. All right, draw another Brazen Bar. Let's go and attack in. I probably should have played out a Brazen Bar there. They have really good blockers for it is the issue. Swing in. Takes it all down to 16. Yeah, we'll just pass the turn. Okay, Soaring Thought Thief comes out. We're gonna go ahead and bounce it right now. Pass the turn. Throwing out just a Brazen Bar might have been better, And maybe I should have done it then, before they could counter it. They finally hit lands! That is the first time! Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, Island. Oh man, we're losing all of our best cards. That's 3 more action spells. Ooh, man, I'm getting a little bit frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. So what I want them to do is I want them to play out creatures and also counter Brazen Borrowers or something like that. So they're wanting to play out Soaring Thought Thief. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out I'm going to bounce the Soaring Thought Thief again. Although they can just flash it in anyway. Okay, I wanted it to be out there and I want them to spend more mana. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna let them, we're gonna bounce it. They're gonna just replay it, get the 2 damage anyway, but then we get the Draconic Intervention. We get to hit in, get 4 points of damage before we do so. And then we have Brazen Borrowers to be good threats later on. Didn't commit with the Thought Thief. Intriguing. But also down to just 1 mana, which is great. That's my turn. See if we want to play out this intervention or not right now. I think they just let it through. Yep. Okay, down to 12. We want the blue mana for the Brazen Borrowers. We're gonna discard Prismari Command. This doesn't necessarily... we're not getting ahead from this, but we are less behind a smidge for doing this. We have enough mana right now for the Magma Opus, so I don't actually want to be playing out the Brazen Borrower if we do find a Magma Opus, because it's just so good. Wind Robber. By the way, we got some new emotes, which are fun stuffs. Do I want to play out one of these Brazen Borrowers right now? Yeah, we'll go ahead and go for it. It also does interact with everything they're doing really well. And so, okay. No Heartless Sack there. Come on, deck. Oh, that's right, because we only have lands left. I forgot about that. We got rid of everything else in the deck. Let's check out our trusty Dusty MTG assistant here. If you guys want to check this out, it's really great. But yeah, non-land, we have like such a small chance to hit non-land cards now. It's ridiculous. They didn't counter before. Debating if we actually want to go a bit more aggressive here. We're technically winning the race. They have good blockers. We have some direct damage in the deck as well, so we can actually kind of get them with like burn spells later on. Down to 9. I'm gonna play this out now. Actually, I probably should have done it first. Okay, pass the turn. Oh, I tried to get it full control to be able to act like I had an interaction there. No, we got nothing. Yeah, they had the Heartless Act. That was probably the biggest downside there. At the same time, though, even if they're attacking in with just these guys, they're milling us out, which is the big benefit for them. But we are still at least a 3-turn clock here. I do have the mana for Magma Opus still. I'm not sure how many are left in the deck. Let's check our trusty dusty MTG assistant again. A Zareth. Oh my gosh. All right. This is that's just dumb. Dude, they hit action for like 15 cards straight, which means that we had that much action on top of our deck, which would have been awesome. But you know what? We just can't. It can't be ours. It's all good. All right, up against Kaju Gummy and a tap Frostbolt Snarl. Everything's tapped actually. I can pay 3 to get a Magma Opus on turn 2. Into Royal Scions, like this is honestly a not bad hand still. And all it takes is 1 land to be drawn for this to get better. Although we're gonna play it on turn 1 anyway, so pass the turn. There we go. That's better. What color do I need this on? We already have Strategical Smashing, so yeah, on blue. Pass the turn. All right, looks like another mono green deck with flash stuff, holding up some sort of shenanigans. Don't want to hold up the Frostbite. I think we're going Real Scions. We want just a value here in general.
Seems we've encountered a puzzle. I will learn what nobody yet knows.
Land is really nice. I can get rid of Strategical Smashing now. Do I want that over Frostbite? We have Goldsmith Dragon here soon, so Frostbite actually becomes a little bit worse, especially without that many Snowlands. So I think we actually drop Frostbite here. We then can Goldsmith Dragon and Strategical Smashing for a bit more value. Mammoth. Well, Frostbite, I guess Frostbite couldn't have hit that. So we have Magma Opus in the graveyard. So Draconic Intervention becomes awesome. We risk losing Royal Scions here, although I don't think they're going to have the Fable Passage in what looks like a mono green deck. So I think that what we do is we go... Could kill this now. I think we go Goldsmith Dragon. I'm actually not wanting to discard any of my cards. The land is nice to have as well as just being able to have a bit more removal here. Attack in. Down to 14. Pass the turn. We have Draconic Intervention into a tap Strategical Smashing, which is fantastic here. I don't think they can kill the Real Scions unless they have Questing Beast, which would be bad. Great Hench. That's also not great. you know. All right, so we have Prismari Command creates a treasure into Draconic Intervention. Yeah, okay, that's better. That's still pretty decent.
I think I have made a tactical error.
Dude, we like shut them down on this turn. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be beautiful. Yep, good stuff here. Just debating if I want to play out Strategical Smashing here at all. Let's, so first off, we are going to destroy target artifact. We actually have a lot of good cards in hand. Creating a treasure. I need to create a treasure, so create a treasure, destroy here. Pump here, and then I can hold up Sock coming. Yeah, okay. Actually, wait. Draconic Intervention first. Because Stone Cold Serpent has reach. Even though I have Trample and First Strike. Whatever. Only need to do 3 there, so that's fine. We're gonna hold on to Shudder Skull Smashing. Seems like it's gonna be legit in this matchup. So pass the turn. We have Saw coming for anything important here. Otherwise, we have removal. That looks like something important. Oh, this deck is so good. Oh yes. Oh. It has some quirks it needs to work out, but oh boy, this deck is solid. All right, so technically, well, I'm not even sure what the stats will end up showing for this one. Yeah, I'm not even gonna find it right now because I deleted all those decks, but it has to reset. Anyway, this deck is awesome. It's super fun. I won 3 games. I lost 1 against Rogue's deck. I also instant scooped against another Rogue's deck just because I saw those Rogues and I didn't want to play against Rogues again because you guys don't want to see that. I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, this deck is solid. It needs to be fine-tuned. It needs to work out the kinks and the quirks and all that kind of stuff. Was Gadrak ever worthwhile? I actually do think it sometimes he will be. I think it's a decent one of. I think Draconic Intervention was awesome. I think what you probably do though is you play this as a 1 or 2 of, and then play Storm's Wrath as a 2 of instead. Because I think we just need a little bit more consistency on that board wipe stuff. At the same time though, this doesn't kill our dragons where Storm's Wrath would. At the same time though, we're trying to play more control-y in the game anyway. I don't know. Magma Opus is phenomenal in this deck because we get so many other treasure tokens to be able to get up to 8 mana right away or quickly, and Magma Opus is just busted. Real Scions felt really good there. I found it like all of the games, I think, and so that was kind of good. And it has upsides and downsides, but I definitely like it with this deck where we're already trying to filter do stuff. I feel like the biggest thing that we were missing out on is just card draw that wasn't filtering, which we have 2 copies of Opt, but I'm wondering if I want something else with the Snow Covered Man's like mana for the what's like the snow draw card here? Graven Lore. I think Graven Lore could come into this deck and actually be a good 1 or 2 of, just because I feel like we were holding up mana a lot of different times where it's like, okay, do I want to be playing out for this or do I want to be doing other stuff? And I think that a 1 or a 2 of this would go a long way. And so Graven Lore I think is an awesome card in the deck as well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to be making lots of different content here today, so cutting these probably a little bit shorter on these first few because I want to be making, I'm doing like, it's probably like 7 videos today. And so anyway, I'm super excited for STRIXHAVEN. I think this set is really well put together, really fun, really exciting for it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are most excited for, what decks you guys are looking up forward to. I'm probably going to record like 5 or 6 here, so they won't be coming out right away, but I'll be looking at those, and I'd love to know what things you guys are looking out for. So put in the comments, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.